Unfortunately, my crazy ass might have to be the voice of reasoning at this moment, right? It's kind of crazy. I'll let you know how far our country done gone, right? It's one thing. When a man like me gotta come and speak a little bit more sense than those who are currently in power, it's a bad thing. But we're gonna have an interesting show this morning. I think it's one that, you know, our country needs to really come sit down, view a couple things. We need to talk about this shit, because the reality is it is not healthy for our country. What is currently going on in Guyana is such an embarrassment. It is an embarrassment to politics globally. It's an embarrassment to everyone that considers themselves an adult here in this country. It's an embarrassment to our business citizens. It's an embarrassment to our government in a whole. It's pretty much a goddamn embarrassment, right? And I'm not sure when our people will finally understand that we can't move forward like this. Ladies and gentlemen, we have glorified children sitting in Parliament, making a set of noise, behaving so immature, so chaotic, so reckless. Were these actually chosen representatives of the people? And if people chose those persons to represent them, then those people are too stupid. Something is seriously wrong with what is going on. Shame, 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 shame. Shame on every person sitting inside that building. Shame on all of the opposition members for behaving like that. And shame on the government for not being able to control and adequately hold down the house and ensure that things are carried out in an orderly manner and fashion. Ladies and gentlemen, the behavior of our leaders, if we must use that as an example, our country is doomed. Our country is doomed if this is what continues in our house of leadership, our house of government. If this is the path that we shall continue to walk, Guyana will continue to fail. It is time for a new opposition, one that can keep this current government in check without looking like a bunch of asses at the same time. Ladies and gentlemen, I believe that any politician, whether in the current government or past government, whether you are an opposition or a current government official, if you are involved or have been questioned in any sort of criminal wrongdoing, you should not be in Parliament. If you are associated with persons who are involved in any type of governmental corruption, anything of this nature, misuse of office, once you are associated, you should not be sitting there. In fact, you should be considered a suspect in a crime. You should not be in Parliament, where you can create havoc, distress, and chaos in order to cover up your actions or the actions of your friends and associates. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a serious problem on our hands. And until the people create a different option, we will be stuck like this almost indefinitely. And I fear that if we are stuck in this position for too much longer, in the desperate attempts from the current opposition to cover up their past criminal action and the legal reprimand that will come behind it. They will create more chaos in order to subvert the course of justice from ever falling upon them. Ladies and gentlemen, in the interest of the people of Guyana and the future of all Guyanese, we must immediately empower a new opposition in this country. Not just for fairness, but also for integrity reasons. How can we have a government where almost everyone sitting in Parliament has either been accused or have somehow been tied to an illegal criminal action at some point in time during their tenure in office? How can those people bring law and order to this country when so many of them are criminals themselves? Ladies and gentlemen, what type of backward situation are we building for ourselves as a country? For far too long, good people have been pushed aside, abused, victimized, and targeted, while these criminals sit at the top, protecting themselves from prosecution because they are in control of the law, making laws and creating loopholes for them to escape judgment and prosecution after they have committed criminal actions against the country. Ladies and gentlemen, the PPP nor the PNC realistically has the ability to bring justice to this country. For both of them have had their hands in the cookie jar and into the people's body hole for far too long. If y'all don't feel somebody squeezing on your internals, let me know. For the rest of the population is in a bent over position, hollering for their life, and none of them can look to us to soothe this pain or to ease it off of us. Instead, they are busy having their own childish squabbles, blowing whistle and pelting name calling, instead of being responsible leaders to govern this country and to guide our people. If this is the example we must follow, ladies and gentlemen, it is better we take this place back to the Stone Age and start it fresh, without any type of weeds growing in the garden. Burn it all down if necessary. Burn all the weeds out of the bush, because you will not get a crop if we do not remove the weeds. They will suffocate your hard work. They will continue to steal and destroy your future with their corruption. We will not go far. It is my honest belief that what we saw yesterday was not necessarily the behavior of the opposition. What we saw yesterday, ladies and gentlemen, was nothing different than what we have been seeing for the past decades as it pertains to leadership here in this country. We see the current opposition and we see the current government fighting like children, bitching at each other, behaving like hooligans and thugs. But yet they condemn the thief man on the street. They condemn the drug dealer who only had access to drugs because somebody allowed it into the country in the first place. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot respect hypocrites, and nor should you. I cannot respect lawlessness, and nor should you. I cannot respect people putting you in jail for crimes and they commit worse crimes every day and remain untouchable. Ladies and gentlemen, I cannot accept that, and nor should you. We, the people of Guyana, are intellectually evolving despite the hurdles and the setbacks that have been placed upon our country. We have been forced to evolve for the reason of survival. Most of us have had to be educated by foreigners overseas because our systems cannot adequately prepare us for the challenges ahead. We live in a system built by low-minded people whose only objective was to keep everyone as workers and subjugated, so that those who have never felt the benefit of being a boss can pretend to be bosses all day long. Ladies and gentlemen, very few of these people that we see in Parliament today are even real leaders. They are fucking bandits in suits with good contacts. They are well-associated criminals. Criminals that we have built as a people, because we have been too scared to take our positions that we have. We have cared, we have trusted them. They have abused our trust. They have abused our freedoms. They have abused our potential. Currently, ladies and gentlemen, it is my belief that what you saw in Parliament is nothing but an act, a distraction. Some people would say, why would they do that? I'll tell you why. Because it will pull away from the flooding that they can't control in the country. It will pull away from the crime that they can't control in the country. It will pull away from the mismanagement of almost everything else that is currently happening. It is a system of confusion built to keep you, the public, confused. It is time for a new opposition, one that does not work along with the government in the government's interest, but one that will represent and stand up for the people's interests and stand aside from both of this bullshit that we currently have going on. We need a new opposition. Somebody that does not sit down with the rest and talks glass and shake hands and enjoy Christmas dinners at taxpayers' expense. Ladies and gentlemen, we have hypocrites as leaders. And I say that not because I selected the hypocrites, but because for far too long we have limited our option to only hypocrites. And when good people come, the population is so goddamn stupid, you don't want them. You want who you like. But who you like don't love you. They were your friends. They were your family. They grew around you. They know you're a fucking idiot. They know that you're going to believe what they tell you. They know that you're lazy. They know that you don't want to rise to the occasion. So you know what? You allowed them. How is it doing for you? Is it giving you what you want? Are you happy, Guyana? Are you content? For you're getting exactly what it is that you asked for. Everybody that you wanted, you have. So why is it that you can't find decency among it? Why is it that you can't find actual progress? Why is it that you have made all your choices and to this day not a real leader has stepped forth in this country? Because Burnham wasn't a good leader. He left you in chaos. Chetty didn't live long enough to prove his leadership ability at that level. He did. And everything after that has been sheer chaos. No one has been able to bring peace to this country. Even though the issues that we face are not very big. We have small issues, ladies and gentlemen. We don't have big ones. It is not my fault that those that you keep selecting are inadequately prepared to handle the situation. You keep picking people that you love. But understand, as the saying goes in this life, It's not about who you love. It is about who loves you, ladies and gentlemen. And love comes with discipline. It comes with guidance. It comes with sacrifice. And none of them are willing to sacrifice for you. They are unwilling to tell their supporters even when they are wrong. They're not good leaders. Most of them can't even lead their life. Some can't lead themselves away from a rum bottle. Others can't lead themselves away from greed. How are they supposed to lead you to salvation? Explain this one. I'm calling on all intellectual persons in this country. If something new and dynamic is not done, we will suffer. We will continue to suffer in our stupidity and our ignorance. We will call it upon our children and our future generations as the same trend continues to happen over and over. Do we not see the stumbling blocks that we keep tripping on? Though it is the same stone that we knock in the foot on every morning, we don't see it. Ladies and gentlemen, today I shall be the sledgehammer. Before you woke up this morning, I came to your houses and I hammered those stones and pulverized them. If you trip from this morning forward, it is because you trip upon your own stupidity. And whatever you get is what you deserve, Scott. How much humiliation must we endure on an international and political scale or level before we, the people, understand that we have made horrible decisions and it is time for affirmative action and it is time to change it. It is time to pick new people. It is time to rise up. But not physically, but intellectually. I know many people are scared. You're nervous about being victimized. Because every time you stand aside from either group, you are victimized. But let me assure you something. I have been attacked viciously by both. And I am still stronger than both of them. And you can be too. Stop depending on them. Stop putting your faith in them. You must have faith in yourself, Guyana. You need to. Your children must attain those positions of leadership with your guidance of love and concern and compassion as parents. It is for them. It is not even for us. My father's generation fought for opportunities for me. We must fight for the opportunities for our children, so that they do not have to grow up in this immature political atmosphere. This politically charged, divided, racial atmosphere. This one-sided, greedy, covetous atmosphere. We must be mature and responsible enough to take our places and protect our futures. Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a new opposition. Because what is currently going on must be brought to an end. It is not sensible or productive for anyone inside Parliament to carry themselves on with such a demeanor that it would show that we have, in effect, put toddlers into office. Rampaging little children who live in adult bodies, who cannot comprehend what diplomacy truly is. Shame. Shame on the education system that built those fuckers. Shame on the people that selected them in your own stupidity. Shame on all lazy people who, because of your laziness, you allow those people to make decisions for your life. Shame on you. Your punishment is coming. And it is coming from the same people that you have selected. If you are a black man, understand your own mighty black leaders have kept you in subjugation. If you are an Indian man, understand your own mighty Indian that are your leaders at the same time will keep your scud poor. Because no way you son or daughter must be greater than their prince or princess. Unless you tell me in your right mind that you would take day cheering and put day cheering in front of you own. Sorry, ladies and gentlemen, human behavior tells me differently. Tells me you would always hold yours more precious than someone else's. Hence, what do you think they're gonna do? And it is very one-sided. It is extraordinarily one-sided. And I will show you some avenues and some examples of the one-sidedness that is going on here in this country, and how what the politicians do is somehow okay, but what the citizens do is somehow illegal and wrong. Let me bring your attention to an event that happened, I believe, on Monday night or something like that, at the Tower Hotel, which is located on Main Street. How adequate that it is on Main Street. Ladies and gentlemen, currently we have a pandemic going on. And I can tell you, the pandemic is very real. It's killing millions of people. Billions have already gotten sick. Billions. Our planet is going through a lot right now. Our social and political atmosphere globally is affecting our country, not just the world. And Guyanese, we are unprepared. We are grossly unprepared for the challenges that face us as we merge into the global economy, as we transition to the new world order. And yes, it is happening. The new world order is taking shape in front of our face. And we are not ready. Almost every day I live in torment, as I know many things that I don't talk about. For who should I talk it with when our leaders are too stupid to even grasp the most basic words that come out of my mouth? They are uneducated, though they have degrees. They have authority, but true power does not lie within their hands or within their mouth. Who will represent you when they fail? Because they are failing miserably. Ladies and gentlemen, The other night, police went to Tower Hotel to stop an event. I guess they did so under the COVID-19 protocols. But ladies and gentlemen, I have seen too many people hosting events. The government themselves, the amount of different Christmas activities and events that have been done in order just to spend the oil money. Look, all the Main Street, big Christmas village. Thousands of people. Santa Claus giving out gifts. You sanitize any gift before you give it skunt out? Tell me, how we know you didn't gift everybody with corona? We have a global pandemic. Lockdown should have been in effect. But if you cannot lock down piece of the country, why are you locking down individuals unless you are one-sided, biased, and extraordinarily corrupt? How dare you be hypocrites to the nation that selected and put you there? You are bastards. You deserve prison. How dare you? How dare you entertain it yourself and then stop other people from following your actions? Shame. Shame on you. The government and all is responsible for the spread of this pandemic. And I bear no apology for that statement. Because even I myself have learned to lock down and isolate and even do business from a different angle. Instead, our government wants to show off that we're going to make people's lives, what, nicer? Because we're going to give you some Christmas lights. You want Christmas? Well, the gift you might get for this Christmas is COVID-19, ladies and gentlemen. We wonder why it's spreading. It's because of our politicians that's gone spreading. In 2020, during elections, we were supposed to not have mass gatherings. You got thousands of people out there protesting, some with masks, some without masks. Police officers sitting there, and because they picking political sides, they troubling some people that ain't troubling other people. No, ladies and gentlemen, God himself shall punish us for being ignorant to the dangers that we currently face. Shame on our leaders for not putting aside their personal ambitions and their showboating. Shame on you for not making the responsible decisions to protect our citizens. None of you are good for our country. Not one of you. Not one of you. Hypocrites. Endangering the welfare and the safety of our people with every breath that you utter in hypocrisy. Selling out our nation. Selling out the hopes and the dreams of our people. Destroying our industries for your own personal profit. Destroying the livelihoods of our people. And continually turning us against each other, so that we might never catch our senses to see the real wickedness that is happening. I see it. Shame on you. Hypocrites. Get your act together. So many people. When I voted for the PPP, this last election, it was to remove a disorderly opposition, well, at that time, a government that was racially charged and very unfair to the rest of society. And in my opinion, they lack the intellectual capacity to even tie their shoelaces, which is why enough of their dress shoes don't have laces. Check. You'll find out I'm not lying. Slip on, slip off. Because that's what they just do to the trust of the population. They just slip it on and walk all over it and slip it off when they don't get what they want. Ladies and gentlemen, Guyanese around the world, diaspora, world leaders, and everyone that might watch this particular stream, when will enough be enough? When we dead? When all of the Amerindian resources sell out? When every child in we country is what, a drug user, a whore, a thief, a prostitute? When will it done? When will we stop throwing desperate circumstances upon our people? When will we stop wasting money on luxury and start pushing the money where it belongs to protect the interests of our people? Ladies and gentlemen, the best waste in this country that I have seen has come from the PNC. And the highest, the most lavish spending that I have ever seen come from this country has come from the PPP. Ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you what. One know how to spend money, one know how to waste it. Right? But none don't know how to keep it in the country and make sure that the population benefit from it. None. What you gonna do? No politician, nobody who has been charged, questioned, or even associated with any type of criminal financial action should be sitting in Parliament, should be around Parliament, should be associated with the leadership in this country. It is called conflict of interest, and they will, ladies and gentlemen, do whatever they need to do to save their own asses. And let me tell you something. All of them know that each other shit stink. All of them know each other crimes, you know. So when they're in office, as much as you think that they're fighting, they ain't fighting. I think Rihanna said it right. How about a round of applause? Standing ovation. Y'all know that song? Because it's a good theatrical performance from both sides scunt inside the building. And I used to say Facebook was the closest thing to Hollywood. I never see Parliament then. Husband and wife story is where we, the children of this country, trap. In them two husband and wife story. Well, it's time to put both parents in a facility for their own safety. The time for the children of this country to rise is now. It's too much. They are too stupid to represent me. I cannot accept that. Ladies and gentlemen, which one of you will pick an idiot to represent you? I'll say it again. In this life, it's not about who you love. The truth is, it's about who loves you. And love is action. It's not talk. It is action. And so far, none of them have done any significant actions that can adequately showcase that they truly have your best interests at heart, ladies and gentlemen. Because going to Dubai is not in your interest. We want to put Guyana on the map. How about we take our people out of poverty? How about we unite them? How about we no longer divide our people based on religious or racial differences? How about we take running our country very seriously, and instead of putting friends and family, put people who are actually qualified to do the job? How about we do that? Until we do that, We're stuck where we're at. And no one should complain. Because we encourage it by not stopping it. We encourage it by not taking the necessary steps or making the right sacrifices to stop it. Are you scared? What are you afraid of, Guyana? Your son gone dead and punished anyway under them. Does it feel nice? Does it feel nice knowing that there is no real law and order here? Nothing but chaos. Nothing but chaos. They're going to places to shut down gatherings, but yet you're using taxpayer money to make other gatherings happen. Hypocrisy. How dare you lock up people and bully people, and you are doing worse. Lead by example, Mr. Government. Lead by example. If it's locked down, we should all lock down. Stop spending taxpayer money on Christmas. Realistically, we shouldn't even have a New Year's. We don't deserve it, Scott. What are you going to do then? Tell me. Tell me, Mr. Government, what are you going to do on New Year's Eve? Lock up the whole country. I better not see a president or a vice president in a crowd, you know. I send in police. Constitutionally, I send in police on the president if I see in a crowd on Old Year's night. Because it is wrong. We, the Guyanese people, should no longer live by a double standard. Just lucky I is strong enough. I would hold law and order in this country. Because those that are there currently cannot do so. You cannot do so with a clean conscience. Hypocrisy. How dare you build a Christmas village on Main Street, invite thousands of people, then one of the businesses on the same street has an event and you shut them down? Where is the sense or the logic in that? Where is the sense or the logic to that? I have no problem with the lockdown. We should all lock down. I have no problem if you say don't go left. It is illegal to go left. Well, then I better not see you go left, you know. That's going to be a problem. The law goes for everyone. Not just those who cannot afford it. Parliamentarians, police officers, judges, I don't care who you are under the confines of the law. And if it goes for the simplest of citizens, it goes for the highest of offices as well in this country. The law is the law. And it should not be exercised with prejudice or biasness. It should come across fair. It is unfair what is happening to our people. But what is happening currently, ladies and gentlemen, it is of our own accord. The people that I might be talking today, some of them are our friends and family. Ooh, isn't that sweet? But the people you love don't even love you enough to treat you fairly. See, ladies and gentlemen, I'm not interested in quick handouts. I don't even expect this life to be easy. Shit, I expect the hardest, worst road possible. I expect to walk through hell to get where it is that I have to go. And that is because I am a Christian. And I was told, all who believe in Jesus, pick up your torture stake. Hey, there could not be such a more true statement in this life. That when you want to do good, be ready for licks and punishment. But I embrace it. When I suffer for what is right, I have never felt more pleased and content with myself. Because I know you cannot attain something wonderful without some form of sacrifice. Even God knew this, which is why He sent His only beloved Son to make a sacrifice so that we may all be treated fairly one day. But many, many people fail to appreciate the significance of such a sacrifice. Instead, we only think about the sacrifice as a day in which we will get a gift. For Christmas is such a nice time when people will give me free things. Oh Guyana, is that your only lust in this life? A free thing, a handout? A country of beggars is what we have become. We have psychologically turned ourselves into servants and panhandlers. Oh, boss. Oh, me need a break. Oh, okay. See what me know. Let me smile, peace no. Oh, what you want me do? Oh. Get us gone out here. Such a begging attitude. A nation of beggars we have become. No integrity for the people of this country. And you can see it displayed in Parliament. If that is the way our leaders carry on, and our people are in serious problems. Ladies and gentlemen, I encourage you, please, do not listen to what I say, but question things for yourself. For I may still be wrong. I'm imperfect just like everyone else. Also, I have a lot of anger in me from all of the horrible atrocities I have had to go through, from all of the torturous symptoms and systems that they have put in place that have affected all of us. I am greatly pissed off and perturbed. So I will tell you, do not listen to the words of an angry man, but search within yourself. Read a book. Develop common sense. And then measure what is happening. So that you may find the answer for yourself. Because I'm not here telling you to believe me. For who am I but a man just like you. Imperfect in every angle, in every way. A sinner, a liar. I am nothing better than you. But I love you nonetheless because I know we are the same. But those people are of a different breed. They do not see themselves as one of us. They see themselves as our gods. And I shall not worship false idols. I shall tear them down. For that is the power my God has bestowed upon me. The power to tear down a false idol. And the time has come. We need a new opposition. The behavior of the current opposition is unbecoming of any form of leadership that we would have ever studied or learned about in any book in any story, in any fairy tale stunt. We never heard of such a form of backwards leadership as the behavior that we are seeing currently from the APNU AFC government. And I have never seen a weaker government than the PPP at this moment, with all of these resources and not knowing how to control the circumstance. Are you not intellectually equipped to control such a circumstance? Unless you are in control of it. And this is all one giant fiasco to distract the population who is currently suffering because half the country is underwater. Because foreigners are getting all the contracts. Yes, local content bill come in, but who locally getting the contracts? It's the friends and the family of the politicians. I listened last night to the Minister of Natural Resources when he said Amerindian farmers will get to sell their farming goods. Kiss my ass, Scott. How the farming goods getting from the interior all the way to the riverside cost effectively? Don't lie to people. Do not lie to them. Unless you telling me that ExxonMobil, them stupid scunt, that they gonna pay $1,000 for a pound of cassava that got come till from the interior and deny the $80 pound cassava that's selling on the coastline. Don't lie about what you want to do for the Amerindians. It is a lie. People can count, scunt. There are people with common sense who do business. We ain't stupid. You want to pass your bill, pass it, scunt, but don't lie to people to do so. I supported putting the PPP in government. I didn't support putting idiots there. I didn't support putting liars there. Don't lie to people. For your lies are obvious and blatant and shameless. Shameless. You made some good points though, that last government, well, at least you trying something, Scott. I ain't even know what to say, but hey, don't lie now. Oh, you done outdoing APNU. Trust me when I tell you, they're too stupid for do, Scott. But don't lie to me, because I'm being stupid. I'm happy that the local content bill was passed. It had to be passed. And yes, like Bossman, AG, and them on the last side, call him Bossman because I got a certain degree of respect for the man. One of the more intelligent people in the party. Right? And I can say that because, you know, I'm not going to put somebody who got less sense than me and call him a boss. You hear me call you boss? I got a certain degree of respect for you. You're not really my boss. You don't pay me. Me and you probably don't even like each other. But nonetheless, I got a great deal of respect for you. At least you could tell. Nobody ain't got to lie and say Snow said this and Snow said that. Snow the stock straight. Whatever got to happen, got to happen. But at least you know you can respect me. That I can tell you how I feel. And nobody can put words in my mouth. If you ever hear somebody say Snow say this, let him come and say, hey Snow, did you say this? I can tell you. The bill that was passed yesterday is a bill that is open to be amended as the situation progresses. It is a work in progress. Yet, the opposition doesn't want no progress at all. And that will come at the disadvantage of all Guyanese people. Ladies and gentlemen, do not be overly entertained by the theatrics of these political actors. For it is all made as a distraction so that you may be entertained in your suffering and forget how bad you're suffering. Now, I respect my government. I respect my president. I respect my vice president. I respect all of our ministers. I have a great deal of respect for you. However, I will only give you what you give me. And so far, none of these leaders have given this country anything. They have only taken for themselves. Shameful behavior. By the way, Mr. President, please don't dye your beard again. It's making you look too young. And it don't look natural. Let your gray ride. It works better for you. Trust me. Right? Don't go by young by style. Grow. Let people see your maturity. Guys, I saw something the other day. It looked like my president got 10 years younger. Which sounds good except for one thing. It made me wonder if he lost 10 years worth of experience, right? So I said, something crazy happening. It's best you look the part. Best you look the part. And stay away from big words. That will be great. No disrespect, sorry. But I know you guys think it's funny when you're messing with me all over the place. So I'm going to have a little fun too. The least that I can say, if I go to prison, I go to prison laughing. Right? Because what else are you going to do? You're damned if you do, you're damned if you don't in this country. But ladies and gentlemen, one thing I don't want is idiots being my leaders. Something is wrong there. I am calling on the Guyanese people who have sense. We must form a new opposition that can intellectually work in the interest of the people. Not to behave like jackasses in Parliament. Not to violate all of the COVID-19 protocols and hold each other's hand and hug up each other. Right? Because let me tell you, I could have sworn we were supposed to be 6 feet apart, goddammit. And I see every party member and they're hugging up like them is each other DNA strand. What happened now if all of them get too close and the whole government catch COVID, the country shut down? Tell me, explain this to me, ladies and gentlemen. How is this supposed to work? We, the people, must exercise intelligence in our choices and in our actions if we expect to have a better country. And when I say that, please allow me to let you know that I do support my government. But I will not condone foolishness or foolish actions from the government when those actions are impartial or very biased towards the population. But that is not what I voted for. I voted for representation and to be treated fairly. That is what I voted for. And some people might say, Snow, like you want to be the leader of this country. Who the hell want to be the leader of this chaos? Before I even wind up, I want to fix it first. I ain't moving into no broken up house. I can tell you that much. At least if I can live where I at, I gotta go somewhere more comfortable. No man moves ahead by lowering his standard. It is better for me to lead dogs because dogs have common sense than to lead people who keep choosing jackass them for behind your back every time you bend over. No, I want to fix my country because I live in my country. I don't care about position. I just don't want to be in a bent over position. Because that is what is happening. The population has been bent over for far too long. Some of y'all forget you get legs and a backbone. You don't know how to stand up straight. You assume the position by default. Intellectually, we are lacking capacity in our leadership here in this country. And it will take action on behalf of the people of this country to fix this problem. Now, when I say action, allow me to clarify myself. You need to educate yourself beyond the elementary things. You need to study the world. Study the systems of this world. Study the practices and the policies of successful nations. And mimic. Even an idiot can watch and copy. Why can't we copy something good? All we doing is copying corruption. Even if you ain't got sense, just copy. If you need to copy skunk, copy something good. Emulate a system that is currently working somewhere else. We have a small population, ladies and gentlemen. Why do we have such big problems? Unless we have big, problematic idiots who keep bringing these big problems to us. Or persons who take something simple and turn it into something huge and frustrating in order to smoke screen their illegal actions or activities. Ladies and gentlemen, we need a fair government. And we cannot get a fair government with sellouts like APNU as the opposition. Because trust me when I tell you, the PPP is passing out so much money right now, I guarantee you, half of the APNU people don't collect money and selling out their own Maki people. Can't tell me nay. And the other half who ain't collecting money, well, they gotta shut their mouth up. Why? Because the amount of illegal shit they probably done there in office, them don't want to go to prison. So they gonna shut their mouth up and they gonna sell out their people. Yeah, black people. Your own Maki black people gonna sell you out. Just like black people sell out black people in Africa, they gonna sell your skunt out too. Don't feel because a man black skunt, he love you because you're black. It ain't got nothing to do with skin color. This ain't got nothing to do with skin color. They gonna sell you out for save themselves. And if you don't believe me, what would you do? Think about it. Think about it carefully. Anytime you want to make a decision, put aside all the nice talk. Think about what you would do as a human being in that situation. They got you on a charge that can put you in jail for a while, and they'll tell you straight, listen, you agree with us, this shit can go away, and you keep the money in your teeth. Do you think that they're gonna say, no, lock me up for my people? You gotta tell me if you think that any one of them leaders gonna say, lock me up for my people. Put me in Camp Street. Put me in Lozignan. Let some of them boys them beat me Scott while he's asleep. Put me there. If you think you leaders gonna take duff for you, good luck there, Scott. You're definitely too stupid to be around. Because I doubt that you would take it for anyone. When you want to make a decision, look at human behavior. It does not lie. It does not lie. Think about how selfish we are as individuals. Do you expect your leaders to be anything other than human? Well, if that's the case, my dog Chase running for president stunt next term, 2025. Vote Chase for president. Tell me, because I can tell you, once it's a human being stunt, they're going to look out for self-interest. Self-interest will be there. Trust me when I tell you, they would rather see you punished than they punish. And you could tell me anything. But until that is proven differently, ladies and gentlemen, that remains the current status quo. That they would rather you punish than they punish. For if you are punishing, they can help you. But if they are punishing, you might not help them. And that's the way they're going to see it. But what do I know? I'm just the idiot that comes out here every day and shares my life with you. Because I have absolutely nothing to hide. I have nothing to lose. And I have a world of possibilities in front of me. And heaven help anybody who is stupid enough to get in my way from completing the task that my God sent me here to do. Ladies and gentlemen, I love my people. But with love comes discipline and also reprimand. We must now reprimand our leaders for their childish behaviors and their negligence to those of us who have trusted them. We need a new opposition. Thank you very much. Have a great day. And God bless all of you. Bye-bye.